Cupra Formentor 2021 Long-Term Review. But before we start, please support us by pressing the like and subscribe buttons, so that we can continue to provide information about car and motorcycle news. Also turn on the bell button to get the latest updates. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you. With the climate control handled by the touchscreen instead of buttons, the Cupra's infotainment system looks overly busy. The graphics are colorful and distinctive, but their resemblance to those used by Apple CarPlay can make it easy to mix up which does what. When you're busy driving, a whole screen full of similar shapes just becomes distracting. The oversized button on the steering wheel looks inviting, but I rarely use it to swap driving modes. The plug-in hybrid Formentor is well balanced as standard, with respectable performance, regardless of battery charge, and sensibly weighted steering. Perhaps it makes more sense in the spicier versions, where eco mode can help offset a thirstier engine on longer journeys. Adopting the Formentor had me a bit worried, if only for that photographer cliché, will it hold all my stuff? The visual promise that crossovers give of extra room over hatchbacks is often not kept, and I was stepping out of a Ford Tourneo that could swallow all my outdoorsy gear, too. The car's roof rails might yet come in handy, but for now I've been using straps to attach things like surfboards. The honeymoon is over. I was still gleaming with faint pride 6 weeks ago when I wrote the first report on our Cupra Formentor long-termer. Well, now I've encountered a few quirks and frustrations, which I'll fill you in on shortly. On balance, though, I'm still feeling good about life in this handsome, alternative, high-rise hatchback. So far, I've just been using and abusing the car on the daily grind. The occasion has yet to present when I might take it on a really long trip, although I did manage to get out to South Wales the other day, and I've now had a full roster of passengers on a couple of weekend trips. We've got the FEV version, but since it doesn't do DC rapid charging, which is gripe number 1, and I'm not set up for home charging, I've yet to charge it up more than once in our 3,000 miles together. That being the case, the 43.2 miles per gallon that the car's long-term trip computer is displaying doesn't seem half bad. So, 3,000 miles later, what have I learned? That life aboard the Formentor isn't always quite the picnic that the inviting cabin might suggest. 6 weeks in, I'm still getting used to some of the car's ergonomics. Despite using it pretty much every day, I regularly press the traction control button adjacent to the gear selector when I'm looking to start the engine, instead of prodding the starter button, which hangs off the steering wheel boss. This, to me, just seems the wrong place for a starter button. I mean, this isn't a Lamborghini, and while I find other Volkswagen Group cars a cinch to just get into and drive, the Formentor's alternative layout makes it that bit less intuitive and, only occasionally, a bit frustrating. The other button located just off the steering boss is the car's driving mode selector, which I've been fiddling with aplenty. Our test car has Cupra's adaptive dampers, so it's worthwhile experimenting to find a profile that you like. I rarely use Cupra, the car's sportiest mode, for a few reasons. On the back roads near where I live, it makes the car feel a bit frantic and bouncy, and while it can be kind of exciting setup like that, it's more often annoying. Like Cupra, Sport mode introduces a lot of fake engine noise into the driving experience, which is another personal bugbear. So I've configured my own combination of preferences for everything from engine sound to gearbox setting in the Formentor's individual mode, dampers set to maximum soft and engine noise set to quiet, but sporty settings for most other things. Thus configured, I'm enjoying putting some miles on the car. It feels lower, lighter and sportier than my last long-termer, a Suzuki Across, albeit a bit less versatile and mature. I'm used to the seats now and find them comfortable over distance. I've even found a color I like for the ambient lighting in the cabin, a bronzy gold that matches the car's decorative interior trim. After some adjusting from the instantly comfortable seats in my previous long-termer, the Suzuki Across, I am pleased to report that I'm finding my back no longer hurts after long journeys in the much sportier Formentor. I recently went for a short drive with my partner and his family, and they also approved of the lovely blue seats. Some enthusiastic horn tooting accompanied my first drive in the latest addition to Autocar's long-term test car fleet, the alluringly different Cupra Formentor. There was I, waiting at the traffic lights when I looked to my right and saw an excited man gesturing at me to lower my window. "What is that? I like it so much." I told him. Maybe now he's a Cupra customer in waiting.
Thanks for watching.
Drop a like, leave a comment,
And don't forget to subscribe to watch more videos like this.